let me give you two other things I think are going to do well. First of all, Adobe. Adobe Systems is you all have seen Adobe. Anytime you go to the internet, something Adobe is doing something on the internet for you. Adobe Systems has incredible growth story. They pretty much have the finest products on the market in terms of graphics, web, everything related to that entire experience. A few competitors, but for the most part, when they bought Macromedia, I guess a year or so ago, they pretty much locked up that market. Adobe Systems made every screen and follow through for us, and then finally went into a buy mode just this week across all of our portfolios at about 42. I think it's at about 45 now. And we see the upside for Adobe substantial. And there's a whole host of reasons why, but Adobe ADBE is a great one. The last point is that I think, oil. Oil's been a problem, right? I've been fetching about oil, as you have been, with all sorts of words when you fill up the car, and just something just remarkably comes out of your mouth when you see $100 on the price tag there. I think that oil, and the oil companies in particular, we've been long DUG, which is a 200% inverse ETF, and what it does is it shorts the oil and gas, the Dow Jones oil and gas sector, essentially for many different reasons, which we can get into, but for the sake of time, there would apparently be no reason I can find that we're going to see the continuation of the profitability of the companies in that sector, whether it be the drillers, because even as we do drill, the cost of steel is dramatic, and building the platforms is just going to be intense. We have the fact that maybe there's going to be this continued discussion of a tax, a substantial tax, depending on who comes into windfall tax, that is, who comes into office. And when you think about all the different parameters about that, we have, what, a $30-something reduction right now in oil, because of course there's no speculation. It's all supply-demand driven. The fact is that, finally with the closing of the Enron loophole, if you haven't heard about that, you need to take a look at that. It's a pretty scary situation. But with the closing of the Enron loophole, which should happen very soon, it doesn't seem like the oil industry at all has any chance to continue, and there's a lot of retracement they have to have in order to get back to where they should be. So DUG is something that we've had. I think we have for our core portfolios, at 35% up on it, and for the strategy lab, I don't know, 10, 12% or something like that. Something like that. So, yes?
That's an ETF?
That's an ETF. It's a ProShares ETF, DUG. Be careful, it's a 200%er, so it does move.